Hi everyone, it's Miss Akbari in the library, and I wanted to tell you about a book that's on our Teen Award list for 2021-2022. It's called Ordinary Hazards, and it's a memoir by the author Nikki Grimes. We have a few other books by Nikki Grimes in our library, Jasmine's Notebook, Between the Lines, a couple other poetry collections as well. But this is a memoir written all in poems. And Nikki Grimes is extremely honest and very upfront about her life. She had a very difficult childhood. Her parents were not together for most of her life. Her mother dealt with mental health issues and a major mental health disorder. She was paranoid schizophrenic, which caused a lot of problems for Nikki and her sister. And they were kind of bounced in and out of living with her mom, living with relatives, living in foster homes, being back with their mom. There was a lot of struggle and dependency and some abuse in the family. And Nikki is very honest about all of that and talks about it in a very beautiful way in this memoir. And I wanted to read you just one poem. This happens almost at the very beginning of the book, and it's called Wildlife. And the reason I chose this one is because I think it does a really good job of kind of setting up what Nikki's home life is like for her. Wildlife. Home was never a safe place, as my sister Carol tells it. Forget the Wild West of inner city streets, bullets buzzing by on the occasional Friday night, propelled by a deadly combo of alcohol and apathy. I'm talking about inside, any day of the week. Sis paints the picture. I'd be tucked into a dresser drawer, higher off the floor than my crib, supposedly, out of reach of the rats that roamed our rooms after dark. I can't quite remember the hardness of the dresser drawer, only the softness of my blanket. I don't recall coming nose to nose with any rats. But there were mornings I did see an empty plastic bag on the kitchen table where a loaf of bread used to be, and the trail of breadcrumbs across the linoleum, a broken line of evidence. So just the imagery in that one poem alone I find really fascinating. Imagining a tiny baby in a dresser drawer to protect them from rats running around on the floor. Imagining what that must have been like growing up in that home, what that was like as a parent to try to provide for your kids in that kind of situation. And the story just kind of goes from there. She's brutally honest. Her language is really beautiful. If you like poems, if you like memoirs, or if you're just curious about what her life was like growing up in the mid to late 60s in New York, the book Ordinary Hazards might be a great book for you to read.